What do my raza, you boys coming through once again with a new video. On today's video, we're going to talk about boxer Enriquez talking about the Mexican mafia and what he thinks about Joe Morgan. But before we continue with this, man, don't forget to hit the like, the comment, and if you want to support your brown brother, man, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Muchas gracias. So let's get to this. So Boxer, man, did an interview, right? And where he spoke about the Mexican mafia and basically said the Mexican mafia didn't have money. They were not pushing that ideology of making money and taking advantage of their movement, of their power within the walls. And he went to basically saying that he saw members with shoes that had holes, with beat up shoes, man, walking around. I can only imagine. Because for those who've been in prison, you can tell who has money, who doesn't, man. Usually the guys who have money, they'll have their packages. They'll be dressed, in white, looking like palomitos with all in white, and with their nice shoes and stuff like that. But then you can also see the people who are struggling, man, who are trying to make money so they can buy their used shorts, man, or those beaters, those yard dogs from somebody else, man. And it is a struggle, man. If you don't have nobody to take care of you in prison, man, it is a struggle. I'm not saying it's not possible, but you have to put in work, man. You have to do little highlights, little things to come up with money and shit. But that's what Boxer was saying, that the Eme didn't have money. They were not pushing for money. He told a story that when he was on the hole, him and 3 other members were collecting canteen. We're collecting food items. You know how they do it nowadays, where you just kick in a certain percentage for la casa, Why? Because you got the new fishes coming in. So you kick the little kit, right? A little kit with little items, right? To help them throughout the day, throughout the week, until they make it to store, right? So this vato was saying that they did that. So whoever was going to the hole, sureños, were getting their little fish kit. Little knickknacks here and there, But this got them in trouble. Eventually somebody from the hole ended up going back to the yard and told Joe Morgan what these individuals were doing, man. So once these 4 individuals, whatever it was, made it to the yard, man, Joe Morgan gave him the business. Basically told him that you were not allowed to use La Eme for any financial gain. From this moment on, man, Boxer said that he disliked Joe Morgan. Why? Because he saw the arrogance in this individual, man. And even though, according to Boxer, they were not collecting the canteen items for personal gain, it was more to help those who were landing in the hole. He was not having it. Joe Morgan was like, nah, you cannot do that, man. So because of this, man, Boxer believed that Joe Morgan was arrogant. He saw how other members would like to be on Joe Morgan's good side because his status, man. Joe Morgan had the name. He had the status, man. Even though he was not Mexican, man, the individual had status, straight up. And Boxer didn't like that. He said from that point on, he trying to avoid Joe Morgan. He's trying to stay away from that individual. But in reality, man, let's just be honest, man. You're collecting the kit, right? You're collecting you're la casa. You're the casa. You're getting honey buns. You're getting sopas. Sometimes you might look at that honey bun, be like, man, I think that thing is gonna expire tomorrow. Kind of see some kind of greenish, right? Greenish like in the honey bun. I should eat it before it goes all bad, So maybe don't tell me they didn't eat some honey buns here and there. Don't tell me they didn't make themselves spread with that food, man. Let's just be honest, man. Because have somebody be 100% honest with that stuff, it's difficult. But that's his story, and we're gonna run with it. Just put it this way. Pero that's crazy, man. Joe Morgan got on their asses because they're collecting for a good cause, right? It seems like a good cause, but their mentality was not there. So I mean, what can you do? Eventually, as the first generation of those head individuals who had status, who had power, you know what I mean, were either taken away, passed away, or moved to a different spot. The new guys came in and they started dictating everything else. Like, you know what? We're gonna start making some moves right here. And they came with a plan. Uniting all the South. They started with the meetings. Well, in the 90s, right? They started with the meetings, and it worked. It worked. You know, they put fear. Why? Because the mafia is in jails, is in prison. They got status, and it worked. Everybody was cool with their rules, man. I mean, a lot of people, or most of them, were cool with the rules, man. And if you didn't follow their rules, man, once you come to prison, come to jail, you were dealt with. If you're not dealt with on the streets already, right? This was the beginning. This is how they start collecting taxes through every barrios. How they put or assign every barrio with the individual that was gonna keep in contact with these mafiosos in order to keep them informed of what's coming in through the barrio, how much money they're making or whatever, and get their cut. This was when the Mexican mafia became a criminal organization. Straight up, man. They start making money, and to this day, this guy's making bank. Boxer described how he used to lend his name to dope dealers, man. So basically, they can have some kind of protection. They can have some kind of manpower, and basically, all they have to do is just kick in a certain percentage to Boxer, man. Imagine, and with all this money, man, there's always gonna be haterism, man. It's like natural in our blood, man. And we cannot see the next man win. There's gonna be haterism, and this is why we are seeing a lot of members getting hit with by their own people. You know, it was interesting how Boxer put it, and it was interesting how Boxer put the whole thing together, man. And where he described that the Eme didn't have money like that. Eventually, in '92. Boxer and other individuals came with a plan, pushed this plan forward, and got something going to what the mafia it is right now, who controls Southern California. And now it's going to Central California, because before it was just Southern California, and basically the upstaters didn't have nobody to represent them, right? But now it's not like that. But with this being said, we are out to next video. Muchas gracias.